The Painful Excellence Podcast.
Absolutely. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. This is Painful Excellence Podcast. Come on in, smash the like button, like and share the video. We are our own algorithm. Y'all know that. Y'all all know the algorithm is messed up. So we make or break us. Go on in, smash the like button. Let's get to it. I am disgusted. I am disgusted. I am absolutely disgusted. I'm disgusted. And I've been sitting on these two memes for a long time now. And between just life happening and me having to, I was just looking for the right time to speak on this. And of course, there's no time like the present because something was going on. Something was going on, and I saw it, came up on my algorithm. Everybody's talking about it. I said, what are they talking about? So I went to go have a look, and I said, what the hell is this? And you see, again, this is the third show in a row where the point is going to be proven, because now tonight I'm going to show you how irresponsible these women are. Now, let me say this Rose prank that I've seen, if you've seen other ethnicities do it, just let me know. But for now, the only thing I've seen is black women doing it. If y'all seen other ethnicities, like this is jokes catch fire and people start doing it, I don't know. But only seeing the sisters, the queens doing this, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Now, the picture I have here on the left it's a family picture. Someone sent it to me. And the mother is on the right. And she wants you to see all of that BBL. Is that an appropriate outfit you're to wear when you're with your babies? Got the daughter on the left. She seems to be the oldest. I'd say she's between ages of 16 to 18. The middle kid standing back there, she's probably about 14, 15. And then the two babies in the front. I think that's a little girl in the middle. She might be about maybe 3 or 4. And the little boy might be about 6. And she took a picture with the profile and her snatched waist and her booty out. I had to block it out. She wasn't really, it wasn't like naked, but YouTube is weird like that. The picture on the left, I'm sorry, that's the picture on the left. The picture on the right, it says mom showed up at kindergarten graduation dressed like this. And I blotted out the young man's face. Kindergarten, and she showed up with that tank top, and she had a pierced belly button and booty shorts on. I saw another video at a first grade or whatever. It was like a kid's graduation, and one of the mothers was at the graduation with a dress on, and you saw the bottom of her cheeks. Got another picture of a woman that went to go pick up her shorty from school, and she's walking out of the building past some lockers, and somebody took a picture of her, and she got booty shorts on. The cheeks just hanging out, and she's picking up her baby girl. So I'm talking about this tonight, right? Yesterday, what was I talking about? Just yesterday, what was I talking about? Or was it the day before yesterday? I forgot. Last pep talk, I was talking about the OnlyFans and how women feel that that's their last resort or their only option. Get that bread. Then a pep talk before that, I was talking about, is AI about to win the relationship war? And what I was doing is I was explaining why men have had it, and they've come up with different options, all for the sole purpose of not dealing with women like this. When you're dealing with women with kids, I'm not saying all of them behave in this fashion, but this is what we're seeing. Now, what man wants to deal with that? Please tell me. Tell me what man wants to deal with that. Tell me. Eric Jordan, Normalized, Hen Dog, Bionic Prince, Cameron Fields, salute Queen, Rampage fan, Hulk, what's going on? Hold on, let me tighten up my brother right here. What are these queens gonna say? You can't tell me what to wear. I do what I want.
Whatever, I do what I want.
Right? You don't buy my clothes. You don't pay my bills. This is a family picture, but interesting. Where the husband at? Where the father at? Dead in jail. What I do know is that he's not around. I had another picture. Let me see if I have it on my desktop. Well, you know, never mind. I had a picture of a dude with his the mother of his child at her, and she was pregnant. I think it was a baby shower, but there was another kid there. He looked like he was about 7 years old. Main biker salute, and she's in her Magic City outfit. Can you believe it? And he's standing there in all his ignorance. Third show in a row where I'm explaining how women, y'all are the most free that y'all could have ever been in any point in the history of human beings. Y'all do whatever the hell y'all want to do. And it's become very clear. You don't want a family. Hell, these women, they want the slaves. All a man wants is a hot meal after he comes home from work. That's a problem. You want this nigga to make $1 million and come home and cook you food. Y'all want the slaves. When dude says, hey, you know what? Thanks for no thanks. Well, you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to argue with you anymore. What you gonna do? I'm gonna get my passport. I'm gonna explore my options. Well, Europe and the UK, those black women over there, they have the same shit. I just saw a debate on Instagram 10 minutes ago. I said, my God, they're going through the same shit over there. And it's reached Africa. I saw another debate today. I was watching Poor Man, what is that? Poor Man's podcast. And those women, they starting that bullshit down there too. Just Spark, Rod Neal, Main Biker. They starting it down there too. So, men are like, you know what? Y'all can have that. If I got to go to Thailand or the Philippines, Big Joe Townsend, salute. If I got to go somewhere to find a woman that will appreciate me, I don't care if she's Indian, I don't care if she's white. I'm looking to add to this team. I'm looking for a woman that knows her position. Oh my God, how dare you? What do you mean know the position? Easy. If I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars, matter of fact, I don't give a damn if I'm making $50,000 a year. My position is to protect you and make sure these lights are on, the rent is paid, and to take care of you. And you're supposed to be a homemaker. Oh, well, if he's not paying for everything and I gotta work, then I ain't making the home. Okay, so what are you gonna do? Yeah, that's not, you don't have a husband, you have a roommate. You're not gonna cook dinner out of courtesy, you're only gonna cook for yourself. So you're not gonna be courteous to him. I'm sorry, respect depends on the amount of money he makes. Got it. Got it. You're right, Joe Townsend. It's going global, but you know what? It ain't gonna work out. It's not gonna work out. It's not. Louis Hinton, salute. Jose, what up? It's not going to work out at all. When did being courteous to your significant other turn into slavery? When did being nice to your significant other become taboo? I don't need to be nice to him. Your respect is determined by the amount of money he makes. But watch this. When they get with a man that makes a certain amount of money and he starts behaving a certain way, which could be deemed as disrespectful, what do these women say? I don't care how much money he makes. He got to respect me. Why he got to be so mean? Well, you dumbasses are sticking around for it. And then when the Godfather said, hey, man, if you find that high value man, you so happen to land him and you're dealing with him, can he have other women? Oh, no. Well, here's the reality. That high value man you say you want, hey, man, you might land him. But if he's always on an airplane in other countries and business meetings and he's out conquering the world and you're living in this big ass house, and you might not have to cook or clean. But when he's on that week-long business trip, and he decides to get some top from his secretary, or he got another girlfriend in another state, what are you going to do? You going to leave? Oh, girl, just leave and take half his stuff. Yeah, okay. Newsflash. A lot of women, if they do leave and try and take half a dude's stuff, they don't know how to handle a bank account. Ask 50 Cent's baby moms. Knocked her up, wrote her one check. He put it in the song. He wrote a check before the baby came. That's absolutely his son. He don't deny it. But he said, man, I was giving this kid $6,000 a month or something. It was something crazy like that. I don't recall. 88, what up? I don't recall everything. Noah, what up? But he did what the courts told him to do. And now this kid is past 18 and he's still complaining. You know why? He's raised by his mama. $18 years go by fast. These chicks don't know what to do with a fucking $1 million. They'll spend it and then try to be up in court. The judge be like, no. No. Or you can stick around and deal with it. Why do you think Kevin Samuels played with that idea when he asked these chicks, oh, I want a high value man? What happens when you get him? Real men that are making it happen and moving and shaking, a lot of them are not home. They're moving and shaking. But let's say you stay up in that house and you're spending his money and you're driving a car and you don't have to cook. And you call yourself popping up on him. Oh, he went to, I don't know. He went to Seattle. Oh, I'm going to pop up on Seattle. I'm just going to stay up there for a day. You get on there and you knock on the door and the girl answer. Who are you? Well, I'm his wife. Who are you? Oh, yeah. Your wife is here. What are you doing? What are you doing here? What, you didn't know? There's one in Seattle. I got one in Chicago. I got one in Miami. Oh, you didn't know you signed up for this? Well, what do you care? I make X amount of dollars. You ain't got to cook. You ain't got to clean. You driving 2 of the best cars. You got a gym membership. I keep your hair and your nails done. I want a little thing on the side. What's the problem? Oh, well, you're mine. Oh, no. You're mine. But you can leave. What you want? Spousal support? I'll write you a check. What you want? Child support? You want to take the baby? I'll write you 2 checks for the baby and you. You see her, she knows her position. You see her down, the one I told you about in Chicago and Miami, they all know their positions. Why don't you know your position? Don't worry about it. Take me to court. Yeah, adultery. Yeah, you want to take whatever money. Yo, y'all think Dr. Dre, do you know the money he had to cut? You know the check he had to cut for his ex-wife? She never been in the studio and produced the beat her entire life. She didn't make no Dre beats. That's his invention. The Chronic, that's his album. She pulled up the rear and took half the shit, but you know what? She got a check. And us, the normal people, we was like, oh my God, what the hell? He ain't tripping off of that. You know what? Whatever he made, he recouped that in about 2 to 3 months. People, my boy just bought a pair of Dre Beats 2 days ago. Now, I don't know if he still has the patent to it, but he ain't tripping over the millions of dollars he had to cut us. Sometimes you got to pay for your goddamn happiness. You get with somebody, you make a mistake, and you move on. His ribs ain't touching. He don't care. I'm like, man, please. Get her the fuck away from me. I don't want to deal with her no more. I'm good. And what happens with these women, a lot of them are mindless. They have more outgo than income, and then they turn around, and then now when they had 11 million in the bank account, now in 5 years they look and it says 11,000. It's like, oh shit. My cost of living was 20 grand a month. It finally caught up to me. And now she want to do podcasts. Oh, well, I think he was gay. Oh, and I had women here and they were calling me and this, that, and the third. And then my kitty cat was itching. I thought he burned me. And now you want to sell a book. When in reality, all you should have did was just stay your ass in the house. Now, was that abuse? Well, let me ask you a question. How many chicks are fucking on married men right now? And they just understand that that's their position, and he ain't even rich. There go my brother Uncle Rick in the building. Salute. Hen Dog Anthony, salute. Y'all go subscribe to Uncle Rick. He be cooking. Y'all doing it anyway. If you understand your position, then why are you complaining? You know what happens? You throw some dollar signs behind this shit, and these women lose their mind. Now, what I'm talking about here, this is the third show in a row where I'm pointing out discrepancies, and I'm not lying. So now you have women that have reproduced, and they have no goddamn morals. You know why? This woman showing off a BBL in a family picture, that behavior is normalized. Now, what is she teaching her 3 baby girls right there and that little boy right there? These are women teaching them that. What about the videos that I showed with the 3-year-old boy walking up on that girl and touching her butt? And the girl's laughing. Stop doing that. It's not funny. It's not funny. Someone was supposed to go in there and pluck him in his forehead and say, you don't touch women like that. And he'll take that with him for years. To the point where he gets old and he's like, yo, you know, I like her, but you know what I know not to do, and I know not to touch her. Remember what about the video I showed you where she was in what was it? Hooters. And Shorty was there, and the little boy, she was like, touch the butt, touch it, and he touched her butt. But y'all go ahead and y'all are free to do whatever you want to, behave how you want to. And the latest thing is y'all with these roses pranking your sons. And these, I'm going to show y'all. Salute to Eric Jordan in that super chat. He says 304 always DNA. This is why shame needs to come back. Yeah, absolutely. Now, if y'all don't know, there's a rose prank. If y'all don't know what the hell a rose is, let me just put you on the game. All right. Imagine you as a teenager, 14, 15 years old, and some of y'all been nosy. Your parents ain't home, you start going through their closet. When I was younger, I did that all the time. My dad had a lot of firearms, registered, of course. But they were always unloaded. And when he figured out that somebody, because there was 3 of us, somebody was touching his shit, he bought a safe and locked everything up. And that was the end of that. But I'd be going in there looking for, okay, I know mom got some gum in one of her pocketbooks over here. So I know she left some Wrigley's somewhere. Now, imagine you going through your mama closet and you're being nosy, and you find the Steel Hammer 2000 with double D batteries. Gross, right? It's your mother. Why would you? Ew, right? Well, this prank, these women are walking up on their children saying, "You seen the batteries for my Rose?" And these kids know what this shit is today. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. And salute to this brother. What is this brother's name? I don't know this. Hata Mako. Peep this.
Can I get some batteries for my Rose? Y'all got some batteries for me?
Can I get some batteries for my Rose? She's asking her boys for batteries for her Rose. This is supposed to be funny.
I wanted to know if you had a charger for my Rose.
Do you have a charger for my Rose? She's asking her fucking son.
I'm not trying to be funny. No,
He's sleeping. He's like, get out. Stop trying to be funny.
What is you doing with a Rose?
What?
What is you doing with a
Now, why the fuck is that in the car? Why is this funny?
Rose?
You know what this is?
Yes, I know what that is. What is you doing with that?
You know what, man? There's nothing funny about this.
What you mean you know what it is? How you know what this is?
No, Mom, what is you doing with that? Don't skip past the question. What is you even doing with that?
I'm trying to figure out how you know what a Rose is.
I'm trying to figure out what is you doing with that.
Why is that in?
Don't touch me more. That's disgusting.
Why is that in her? Okay.
How is that disgusting?
Cause Mom, I don't know what you be doing with that thing.
Grown up stuff.
Look at this.
The light on.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Oh.
You playing, right?
Play about what?
I know that ain't what I think it is.
What?
That's one of them things that you be putting down there and they do this and vibrating and wiggle and all that.
Yeah. And
Oh my God, man.
Yo.
Now look. Now look, man. Now look. Exactly, Uncle Rick. Philip D, salute. AB, salute. Now look, man. Look, man. I get tired of these. Go subscribe to Patreon, man. I get tired of these smuts. You know, it's bad enough that we as black people, Red Lipstick Vibes, salute my queen. Go subscribe to Red Lipstick Vibes. That's the fam right there. Now look, man. PGH, salute. Now look. It's bad enough. It's bad enough we as black people in this world, we're all over sexualized. But I want you to understand something. You see where it comes from? You see where it comes from? You see? I hope you're paying attention. Blame the man for this. Please, go ahead. I dare you. I dare you. Please go blame the man for this. Go tell me how, if he was there, he wouldn't be doing that. Oh, he's probably the one that's laughing at this. So he probably set this up. No. I don't see no man in this meme that I made, but the meme is made I got it from two different pictures. And the one on the right, I was sitting on that for about a year. And I got more than this. I got much more than this. I got much more than this. I got mad pictures. And I'm like, why are they dressed like this? But you know how you can sum this up right now? According to Marvel Comics, this is Earth 616, right? And salute to Eric Jordan, that super chat. He says, 304 has never learned. Kevin Samuels was right. Can't make this shit up. No, he can't, brother. can't.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
Nah, Jose, I missed it. I got to catch that replay. I need you to understand something. I need y'all to understand something. You know how you sum this up? Reverse the roles in what you got. Drew, what are you talking about? Isaiah, what up? What are you talking about, Drew? Well, I'm going to tell you. Imagine car scene. Exactly, Uncle Rick. I was just going there. Car scene. His 16-year-old daughter sits down. He goes in the car and puts his fleshlight on the armrest and plugs it in. And she's sitting there like, Dad, WTF, what? And he's like, what? You know what this is? Yeah, that's one of those things you put around your thing and you hit the button and, you know. You know what happened to that guy? Oh, he stopped him in the 8th round? Damn. You know what happened? You know what happened? You know what happened to that guy? They would track down his TikTok account. There will be a bunch of people saying, oh, that's my neighbor. I know him. I know who that is. And somebody will send, you know, whatever it is in your city that watches out for kids and, you know, ACS over here in New York. And they'll be at his door. And while he's saying, hey, man, you know, that was just a TikTok joke. In fact, my daughter was in on it. They were like, yeah, okay, well, you know, she has to come with us. We want to bring you downtown. We got to talk to you. Where's the fleshlight right now? Let's interview this little girl. Does he touch you? Now, us as black people, we are over sexualized. I told y'all the story about the woman. She, you know, I don't know what she does for a living, but she was in Italy on business. And she went out with this Italian guy. And they sitting down at the dinner table and yeah, CPS. What I said, ACS, whatever the fuck, CPS, right? And he says, well, what do you do for a living? And she went into detailed description about what she does for a living. And it had to have been something prestigious because, you know, she's in Italy on business, she's working and she's getting it, girl, and she's single and she's black and she's beautiful and she's dating. And she done went on about what she does and how much money she makes. And then he asked her, after she went on this 6-minute rant about what she does, you know what he asked her? He says, do you twerk? Mark Wunderlich, salute. Do you twerk? Do you twerk? She was like, excuse me? Do you twerk? Like, you know, in the mirror, do you twerk? Mansa Musa, salute. So the amount of money she made didn't matter. Her prestigious position at her company didn't matter. The fact that her job takes her all around the world didn't matter. All he wanted to know is, does that fat ass, that fat, juicy, black motherland booty, does she twerk in the mirror? That's all he cared about. But when the Godfather said, men don't care about your money, these chicks blew a gasket. Derek Gaines, the legend, salute, brother. Tim TV, what's going on? Hen Dog, salute. Yeah, you make 6 figures. Yeah, your company takes you all around the world. Do you twerk? That's all I care about. And she said no, and she ate her food and was polite and, you know, shook his hand and she went about her business and she said she never, that's what she said, never saw him again. But why would he do that? Do you know why? It wasn't something that she did. He didn't know her. But what do you think he sees online? What are these sisters putting out online every day? I can go through my gram right now, and I don't know how this happened, but every other post is some chick walking with a snatched waist and the super jello booty, and she's just walking in something fitted. or in yoga pants. You know, your hips are mad wide, but somehow you have no belly, and you're doing squats in the gym, and your legs ain't built. You're just doing squats. For nothing. All of you black women are doing this, and it's white women too, but I'm talking about y'all, the sisters, and I'm asking why y'all doing this in abundance. Why aren't more chicks cutting down the chicks doing that? We told y'all before, the reason why we can't differentiate y'all is because y'all, the good chicks are standing too close to the horse, and y'all are on this woman code. Y'all don't want to talk her down. Y'all rather look at the men saying, man, I don't like that. Oh, well, don't be too hard on her. She probably had it hard growing up, or she a single mother. Man, these are all her choices, man. Shut up. You don't see me standing close to the niggas that ain't shit. I told y'all the dude that my boy, he plays ball, you know, not like D-League shit. There's like a basketball tournament thing out here they have every year. He plays ball with this dude that looked like a smaller version of Rick Fox. Dude got like 5 different baby mamas. And by now, I think he married the chick that worked for sanitation. But he was still banging baby mama number 1 and number 2. I told the story. He don't work. He's in debt up to his eyeballs with these baby mamas. And he's about to marry this bitch. So whatever debt he has, surprise, is going to be hers. And I had to tell my boy, don't ever bring no dude around me like that, because I can't stand it. And if I know that he's messed up, there's a lot of dudes that know that he's messed up. And I can't be seen with dudes that are messed up. See, when you're a teenager and you got that friend that's kind of foul or whatever, normally in my group, there was 1 or 2 dudes that was always in the shit. The rest of us was all right. But as you get older, it's like, man, I can't be around this dude. He's doing this, he's doing that. I'm not about that. You dap it up, say hi and bye, you keep it pushing. You right, Uncle Rick? Black women control the culture. They control everything, what we wear. But look, check this out. What's the shit right now with brothers? Everybody got a big old beard. When I was younger, I don't know why, but when I was younger, big old beards meant that you were old. Who had beards? Santa Claus. Barry White. The brother from the Whispers, they had a full facial beard, and it, to me, that meant you was old. Now I see chicks saying, yo, if he ain't got a beard, I ain't fucking with him. There's dudes all around my gym. Big old beards. I can't grow my facial hair. I can, but I have to tend to it daily because, I get like, my hair grows out and it curls and I feel like I'm stabbing my face and I have to brush it constantly. So I can, but it's tedious. I just don't. I shave every 2 days. A goatee for me, and that's fine. That's fine. But a group of chicks found that sexy and it became a look. If anything, the brothers today, they do things to look good to the women. Yeah, Jose, me too. Yeah. Actually, it was reversed. When I was going through puberty, the more facial hair I grew, the more content my face was. When I got into my 30s, it started working backwards. The facial hair, you know what happened? I started getting gray hair. Like in my mid 40s. And that hair grows different. Should be stabbing me in the side of my face. I'm like, oh, no, this gotta go, man. It has to go. But women control the fashion. They control what they wear. They look and see what a dude is wearing. A group of them say, yo, that's hot. Then dudes start running out wearing it. When I came up when I was a teenager, cross colors, boss jeans, Carl Kanai, everything was baggy. Now niggas is running around with skinny jeans. Hey, man. Some women think it's cute. Y'all dictate the culture. And somehow y'all think now we're up to dildo jokes and sex toy jokes with your kids, man. For kids, with your kids, this is open and shut, man. Y'all are out of control. And then again, y'all get mad when a group of dudes say, man, F this, where's my passport? I got to explore my options somewhere else. This can't be it. Y'all hate them because of that. And then the other half of dudes that say, you know, I ain't going to go that far. I'm not trying to travel. If there's hoes here, there's hoes abroad. If you can get robbed here, you can get robbed abroad. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get me a robo-hoe. I'm going to get me a hobot. And now they got AI and these hobots that look very real, and you can get them built however you want to get them built. They could be overweight, plus size, skinny, whatever complexion you want, you name it, they can make it for you. And then they got a problem with that. Hey, they lame. Hey, the lames are leaving you alone. Hey, you don't like the passport bros? Hey, they're gone. Bye. So they're literally killing the birds with all the stones. Now what? We done left y'all alone. These men done left you alone. And when we left you to it, what are you doing with your kids? When we left you to it? Here's what y'all have done. Y'all have gone to school and racked up a lot of debt. Oh, black women are the most educated. Nah, y'all the most enrolled in school. And y'all have the most college debt. Y'all are enrolled in school with college debt. Y'all don't make more money than men still. And that's because you won't do the fucking jobs that we do. And that's the truth. Now what? Everyone's lame and brokies or whatever. Look, y'all done lied. Y'all done lived on an Oprah lie. But with all the information available, ignorance is a choice. We found out that black fathers are the most involved in their kids' lives. So you can't even say that now. You found out that most black men are living above, they're either middle class or above that. And they're childless. Dumbest shit in the world. I found out, I saw this chick on TikTok, and shout out to Medium Man. Go subscribe to Medium Man. Some black chick is complaining. Now, listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. Because all of this is relevant. Black chick in, I think she was in, I think she was in Korea. She was somewhere in Asia, I think. And she was mad that she couldn't pretty much get a date with another black man, and you're like in Thailand somewhere. Wait a fucking minute. First of all, what the fuck are you doing there? Are you working? Are you on vacation? Are you just being nosy? Because there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that going along. Once these bitches found out what a passport bro was, I've known chicks, I've not known them personally, but I've seen chicks pack their bags and just get on planes and just case the joint and see what's going on. I saw these chicks talking about there was these two nice looking brothers. They got on the plane, and when they landed in Colombia, they had these two bad bitches waiting for them, and they just got in the car and they went about their business. So it's happening. And she said these weren't lame looking dudes. I forgot what city they were from. They were well-spoken black men. They weren't fat. They weren't like nasty with teeth missing. Not no, the hood, no. And when they landed in Colombia, they had two bad bitches waiting for them, and they just got in the car and left. So she put y'all on notice. But here's the thing, getting back to that black chick. What are you doing in another country getting mad that the black American dude don't want to date you out there? He ain't want to date you here. In fact, he's there to get away from y'all, which is his business. That's his business. What the fuck are you beefing for? She was trying to paint the picture like it's self-hatred or whatever. No, it's not self-hatred. He's done. Who's this tennis bitch? The black chick? She pops up on OnlyFans, and I tried to ignore it, but then I read she's not dating any men unless they come up with like $1,000 or some money, because she's not dating for free anymore. Huh? Is that bitch even 30? How many dates you been on that you had to make that decision? Bitch, you hit a tennis ball all around the court. You're blessed with some athletic ability, but please don't get it fucked up. You are not that interesting that I want to spend $1,000 just to come take you out on a fucking date. You are a blessed athlete and a black queen at that. Well, I can't call you a queen because you're on OnlyFans showing your naked ass. And I can't believe that your father didn't tell you that you have more options than that. If you behave like a real woman, you will attract the king. But you already put it out there that you're not doing shit. You're not going out on no dates for free. So this is, do y'all understand this is prostitution? It's decorated, but it's prostitution. Do you get that? Now let's say I have the bag. My net worth is 100 mil. And I say, all right, bitch, I'm gonna throw you $2,000. I'm gonna come to you where your city is. We ain't gotta worry about that flying out shit because, you know, the government done ruined that. And I done sold her $2,000 and I say, yo, look, meet me at this restaurant. And I wine her and dine her. Dinner was fucking $5,000. We met at Noble's. If you know, you know. And I'm a handsome dude. Now it's like, all right, well, let's get to the business. She can't tell me, yo, what you mean? Hold on. I done zelled you 2 racks. You said you're not dating for free? Well, I done paid you. I took you out on a nice date. I paid for it. You see the top of this big ass high rise? The very top floor is mine. I like to take you up there and I want to dump some oil on you and have you walk around ass naked with your athletic, cute self. And I want to smash. Perfectly safe. We could sign a disclosure agreement. Nobody got to know. You can go on about your business. What's she going to do? Say no? I bet she won't. I bet she won't. What's she going to do? Say no? What? I thought this was an even exchange. You wanted money? I gave it to you. I took you out to eat, showed you a good time. Take it to the top floor of my spot. I can give you more bread. I just want to smash. We could sign this non-disclosure agreement. I ain't got to say anything. It's between you and I. What you mean you don't want to smash? I thought you was hoeing. Those were your words, right? Now, why is that okay? Why aren't real women saying, girl, you better than that? Or are you? This is what I said. Y'all sisters are standing too close to the whores. Someone needs to be telling her, yo, that ain't right. But the sisterhood, which is a failure in itself, and I'm going to prove that in a second. The sisterhood supports bullshit. Let me sum up the sisterhood right now. If the sisterhood was for real, the WNBA wouldn't be in trouble.
What?
On this planet, aren't men outnumbered like 8-3 or 8-2? The WNBA could solve its own problems if y'all bitches would just go to the damn games. That's it. Go to the games. There's more women going to NBA games than they are going to the WNBA games. Why? Y'all don't even like basketball like that. Y'all like the atmosphere. It's like a woman going to a goddamn Super Bowl party. They might be football fanatics. I've met some women that love football and they love the team in their city, but that's far and few in between. It's like having a fight party. I used to have fight parties. The women that showed up, they were just there for the atmosphere, socializing and eating the food and getting free drinks. They didn't give a fuck about who was fighting. They didn't care. And that's why the WNBA is failing. Now they're talking about we're going to lock out. So listen, they lock out. Cool. That'll be the end of that. That'll be the end of that. That'll be the end of that. It'll be over. Y'all killed yourselves. Y'all better just shut up and dribble. Y'all barely do that. Yeah, I said it. Save yourself. You don't need us. The WNBA's failing, and they're still looking at the men that own the NBA and say, oh, it's your fault. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all remember the old WNBA when it first came out? If y'all were born, you remember, we got next. Lisa Leslie, Rebecca Lobo, remember that? Remember that commercial? We got next. I was like, oh, this is good. I sat through a couple of games. I said, shit, this is boring as fuck, but whatever, man. Salute to them. Yeah, Rick, grand opening, grand closing. Y'all go ahead and lock out, man. Nobody cares. I kind of want to see what happens with that, but I bet you whatever deal that they offer them, they're going to concede. They're going to lower y'all salaries and all that shit. Y'all going to have jobs. Fuck out of here. Y'all better stay in y'all lane. Y'all better figure out how to get more eyes on your game. Start twerking. Do that. Do that. Y'all good at it, right? Man. Moms with no morals. We left y'all to it. All y'all did was chase men out the country, turn men to AI girlfriends. They don't want to deal with y'all. And when we left you to it, now the latest flex is y'all are, if y'all call this a flex, pranking your sons with a sex toy. Where is the outrage? That's what we're doing now. Yo, listen, man. What did I tell y'all? I firmly believe, man. Remember the clip I played y'all? I'm not going to play it here no more. The light-skinned girl with the blonde haircut, and she was talking about how she was seeing this dude, and she had a threesome with the dude and his blood mother. I said, wait, she said his mom. I was like, wait a minute. What do you mean? His stepmom or no, his like, you know, mother by marriage, like daddy married somebody else and, you know, that type of thing. No, his blood mother. Y'all remember I played that clip a while ago? That was a true story. She stood on it. She was on several podcasts after that. She stood on it. And the story never changed. I was like, oh my God. See, the fact of the matter is, a lot of these queens out here are sexual deviants. I remember I was at work years ago and I listened to this woman talk about her. Matter of fact, I came in on the tail end of the conversation and she was talking about, oh, and he touched him and he was like, what are you talking about? What are you doing? And she was like, oh, no, yeah, when you get a little older, I'm gonna be all over you. And I'm just sitting there listening. Come to find out she's talking about her like 12-year-old son. I'm like, you just talked for 10 minutes about how your friends came over for some sort of meetup. And your son just came downstairs to get a cup of orange juice. And I'm thinking she's talking about like her husband or her brother. But I'm thinking she was talking about a man that was a certain age. It was her 12-year-old fucking son. Oh, yeah, and they done grabbed him on the shoulders. And, you know, my son do got big shoulders. And I'm like, wait a minute, ain't her son like 10? My homegirl was like, nah, his son's like 12. And I was like, man, I'm out of here, man. What the fuck? And who was enabling that story and laughing the loudest? Other women. Who over-sexualized these babies? Yeah, I know the movies got you thinking it's the dirty uncle or the pervert father or the dirty neighbor. It's always the men, right? Well, the truth is, it be these women. I've seen it. Not to that, it didn't happen to me to this degree. Well, I had a situation happen to me, but well, you know what? Go to my Patreon. If y'all know, y'all follow my Patreon, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I was talking about. What I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But I was gonna say, I've been around where we've had family get-togethers, and the friend of the family, the woman, you know, they want to hug you. When you're little, you're like, when the female adult would hug me when I was a child, it was gross. They try and kiss. I remember one of my aunt's friends, like, she always tried to kiss me on my fucking mouth. I was like 8. I'm like, yo, it was repulsive, man. Hey, Ricky, I was younger than that, bro. I was younger than that. I told the story on Patreon. Crazy. And you know, bro, listen. What it did at my age was warp my mind. Those women fucked it up for other girls my age. That's what they did. It's like you give a kid a driver's license and for 2 years, he's driving top of the line. Whatever the year is, you give him that car and he's driving it and pulling it around the block and he's burning out. And then you say, okay, enough's enough. And now you got to give him a used 10-year-old Toyota Corolla. And it's like, yo, I'm used to driving that shit over there. It warped my mind. It slowed me down. I was not emotionally equipped to deal with what I was made to do by those two women. It was crazy. Well, I told the story on the Patreon. So as an adult, when I'm looking at shit like this, it triggers me. It really does. Because I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Insane, what up? I can only imagine. You see those two babies right there? And trust me, the girls aren't exempt. Because don't you notice there's a lot of these gay chicks just popping up in abundance? They weren't around like this when I was coming up. There was one girl in school, she might have been a little butchy. Then there was one dude in school, he might have been a little like fairy type. In my neighborhood, when we all got older, it turns out that the young man, he grew up to be gay. The girl, she was just a tomboy. Now she got like 3 kids, she married, she cool. We still talk. She living in, where she live now? I think she live in Delaware? I forgot. Now it's like pansexual, bisexual. You know, it's crazy. It's in abundance now. How is this happening? It could be the food. Could be. But a majority of it is the upbringing. And I go back to, you know, my situation coming up with a woman that was supposed to be watching over me. Well, not really. It's my cousin's girlfriend. And, you know, just go to the Patreon. But if that can happen, it makes you wonder, why are these girls popping up gay? What the fuck's going on? Why are these young people oversexed? It's more to them just having access to it online. Why? What's going on here? And then I'm looking at mothers like this. Hey, it's okay. You could dress like a street. Yo, listen, these women are dressed like streetwalkers. There's a spot out in the Bronx. Y'all can look it up. It's called Hunts Point. Now, I haven't been through there. Like in the 90s, it was like really bad. After a certain hour, oh my Lord, those hookers be out there. Cars be rocking. It was crazy. They done built new buildings over there. I really don't know what's doing over there anymore. But back in the 90s, that was the hostro. It was the Blade. There was 3 strip joints over there. And when I got older and I started to attend them, you leave at 2, 3 in the morning. You just drive around the block to see them just walking around with thongs on. Or with their booty shorts out. Now today, I was just talking with my boy. I'm like, man, these chicks are out here dressed like they used to dress at Hunts Point back in the day. He was like, yo, you right, bro? You can't tell. Why is this woman dressed like this in a family picture? Why is that woman dressed over there like that at her son's kindergarten graduation? And I see these girls picking up their kids from school, man. Bottom of their ass hanging out. They've normalized this. Let me show you this. You remember this? Hold on. Y'all remember this? It's a little short I made. Pete, look to the right. First of all, look at this woman's dress. Look at this woman's dress. It's a fitted dress and she's very shapely, but it's the outline drawing of a woman with a bikini on. Now look to the right. You see that poor baby girl that looks just like her mama? Look at this. Look at that adorable baby girl. And I'm praying for her because she don't deserve this bullshit. Why are you wearing that dress on social media? Got niggas hounding over you and your curves. Meanwhile, your baby girl is there. You should have saw the comments. Oh, showing the young sister how to be beautiful. And yes, queen, I love this for you. Man, shut up. I'm gonna ask a question. Where the father at? Not my wife. Not my wife. Hell no. Not my baby mama. Hell no. I'd be like, yo, take that shit down. I don't care what you do, but you don't put my daughter in that. The fuck is wrong with you? Got niggas lusting over you, and then you got my daughter in the damn video. You couldn't wear a looser dress? This poor baby. Poor baby. Now, keep watching the video. Look at the difference. What do you think she's showing that little girl? But look at the difference now, y'all. Right. There you go. Look at that. Paying attention? Mentorship, leadership.
The father was coaching a basketball team, and the son was imitating what he saw his father doing. The mother, in that fitted dress, was showing her daughter to do what exactly? 5 years from now, which child will be more productive based off of what they've learned from their parents? Let me know.
There you go. See that? What's more productive? What was she showing her daughter? And then what was that man showing his son? You saw what his son was doing? That's right, the kids are sponges. When I was little, I remember watching my father shave in the morning. He used to have to get up so early in the morning before the sun was up. But I heard him get up and I'd jump out of bed. My dad would be up like 4 in the morning. And I didn't have to get out of bed until like 7, but I'd jump up. And he putting the shaving cream on his face. He starts shaving and I'm just peeking. And he'd smile. Then I go in the bathroom sometimes, and then he put it on my face, and he'd give me the shaver with no razor in it. And he showed me how to shave. He said, when you get hair on your face, you pull it from back to front, and you do this, and whichever direction you go against the grain. And I'm just sitting there. My mother would walk by and she'd smile. One time I was doing that, and I was running late for school. My mother was so mad. She's like, stop. You ain't got no hair on your face. Right? Get that off your face. What are you doing? You're about to be late. So funny, man. I learned how to do man stuff. Guess who taught me how to cook? My father. There's a dish that he makes, and every time we out of state, whatever, I'm like, yo, you know what we gotta eat, right? He's like, yeah, I know. So I go to the grocery store and I pick up the ingredients, and he makes it. I ain't gonna tell y'all what it is. He makes it. Been making it for years. Love my father. Love my mother. That man don't complain for nothing. He just does it. He understands the world ain't gonna feel sorry for you. They just want to see results. Serious salute. They want to see results. They don't give a fuck about your broken whatever, or what just happened. Nope. They want results. You're a man. Ain't no one gonna feel sorry for you. You gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your... Y'all know the song. I know y'all know the song. I know Uncle Rick know the song. Men have folded. We know when to hold them. We know when to fold them. Y'all got it. Y'all modern women, y'all got it. Ain't nobody arguing. Rod, I know you know. Y'all got it. These men ain't arguing with y'all no more. Shout out to Disney. Hey, man, if you don't like this woke approach that we're doing, you ain't got to watch. Men said, okay, and Marvel Phase 4 lost billions. They made Disney lost billions. Disney chose to hire all of these woke, pansexual, all these people, all of this stuff. You done fucked off Star Wars. You done fucked off the MCU. And now, to recoup that money, you're trying to get the audience from the ages of, 13 to 28. Yeah, Ricky, of course, it's going to get colder. And the brilliant part about it is, we didn't do it. We complied. We left them alone. I'm saying I'm a married man, but I'm saying I see what's going on. I'm cool with brothers my age. Not all of them are married. They might have had a girlfriend here too, or my boy's divorced. But we are, surprisingly, outside of some of us done lost our hair or got a little gray on our face, every person, every chick we ran in from high school, they're the ones that look tore up. We look the same. We still go to the gym. We still play ball. I still got my 6-pack. I'm good. Life done hit them. John Pound, salute. And those brothers, they still the catch. My boy makes 6 figures. He was He was working at UPS since 1994. He just retired from there. At the same time, he had about 16, 17 years working for the post office. And he about to grab that pension. He makes a ton of bread. He's a catch. He about 5'10". He got a 6-pack. And he's team light skin. He's Bayesian. He's a catch. He's divorced. His ex-wife, Beyonce, ain't got shit on her, and I'm not exaggerating. But you know what? When you choose your sanity over a pretty face, you're doing well in life. He left her ass alone. She moved on, he moved on. He's chilling. Got great credit, got money in the bank. He's chilling. So when you looking around, when he sees what I see. He might be listening now. He sees the landscape. It's like, yo, this is bullshit. But he has complied. These chicks got all these demands. What makes these chicks being entitled to my pension? And he don't have no kids either. Thank God he ain't knock his wife up, his ex-wife, because that would have been a nightmare. Ain't nothing wrong with him. He just made the decision. And he's been responsible. And he's looking at the landscape like, man, you know what? This is crazy shit out here. But a chick will step to him, maybe our age or maybe younger, with a couple of kids and swear that she's the catch. And your kids are still living with you. They ain't even grown out the house. Well, I was telling him the other day, I said, yo, bro, at this point, you need to be dating chicks. Their kids got to be grown and out the crib, bro. You can't be dating chicks that got 5-year-olds running around, bro. Niggas is knocking on 50 now. Nah, bro. Not at all. Her child got to be grown and up out the crib. Nope. When we was in our 20s, you dated, first of all, it was crazy. I didn't think a woman being childless at that age was possible because every chick I met had a baby until I met my wife. I said, you ain't got no kids? Whoa, what's that? Every chick had a baby daddy. Not married, they had a baby daddy. And they were all young. How old's your son? 6. How old's your son? 5. You got a 6-year-old son and you're 22? Uh-oh. You got started early, didn't you? Well, he said, on my own. Yeah. So these brothers have complied. We're brokies, and when we have an opinion, we're not allowed to have that because we don't love our mama and our mama black and all of that stuff, right? All these brothers did was comply. They said, oh wait, look, you know what? Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. Jones, salute. You're right. Okay, all right. You don't argue with this. You know what you do? You stop talking and you move on. Brothers got their passports, they left. The other half say, you know what, I'm good getting a Hobot, banging that shit silly and putting some AI in her head. And they mad at that. So the passport bros are lames. The dudes fucking on Hobots, they're weirdos. What y'all got left? Because those were your foodie calls, by the way. The foodie calls, dudes that was taking you out and spending money on you and you had no intention on doing anything with them. Exactly, Ricky, exactly. With the exception until I found my wife, the chicks that didn't have any kids were not wife material. Fuck that. And what I want y'all to understand is that when the brothers left the sisters to it, we got out y'all business. We stopped telling y'all, hey man, you shouldn't wear that. We stopped all of that. We stopped all of that. When we left y'all to it, y'all having threesomes with dudes and their blood mothers. Y'all are sexualizing your kids. And now y'all doing dildo pranks, rose pranks, sex toy pranks with your sons. You gotta be kidding me. Just when I think it can't get any lower. This. I want to meet the woman that doesn't have a problem with this rose prank. It's not even a prank. This shit ain't funny. Why are you letting your son know that you play with your hey nanu nanu? No doubt, Syria. Exactly. Samson, salute. I want to meet the woman. I already saw a woman on TikTok that said, oh, you know, all I see this is on my timeline and I just want things to get back to being funny. You know what she never did? She never held any of those chicks accountable. She never once said, hey, man, that's disgusting. We need to get back to real comedy, but that's disgusting, girls. Do better. She never said that. These chicks be on code. Now, this chick with her BBL, what do you think those little girls are going to do when they get of age? They're going to do that. Those two little ones in front, that behavior is now normalized. I got a video of a graduation. And dude was filming it. He said, look at this, look at this. There was some, you know, Big Bertha, right? Big Bertha was walking around with her phone, taking pictures of the babies. And her cheeks were hanging out the bottom of her goddamn. Hey, man. Y'all chicks ain't ish, man. Y'all ain't ish. And I want y'all to reverse the roles. I like to meet the dudes that would prank their daughters. They getting into the damn car and there's a fleshlight there and he's plugging it in or whatever you do with those things. And the daughter's like, well, Dad, what is this? What are you doing? He would be in prison by that night. The comment section, oh my God, you're disgusting, you creep. Why would you do that with his daughter? Oh, he's probably touching on her. Oh, yeah, really? Like how y'all touch on these little boys? You think that don't happen? You think that don't happen? These chicks are deviants. There's evidence of that. Just go on social media. I've done this experiment. Chick walking around on the beach with all her ass hanging out and her titties are only covering the nipples. You go on that page and you scroll down. Eventually, you know what you're going to see? Her posted up with her child. It happens 80% of the time. I've tested the theory. I'm like, all right, let me see. And I go down, and there it is. This chick had a handicapped kid. I think he was like autistic or something. My heart. My brave little boy. I'm like, okay. To my left, she's in the thong. To my right, she got oil on her body and she's giving a seductive look. Now, in the middle, her autistic son, you got a picture of him. But these smuts don't care. They don't care. Keep telling y'all about that clip. It's OnlyFans smut. White chick. He was like, yeah, what happens if your son comes home and says, Mommy, my classmates found your OnlyFans. They're doxing me and they're clowning me and they show me pictures of you and And what if your son is crying and he wants you to stop? You know what her response was? He could cry in a Mercedes. Let me ask you a question. That boy was like 10. What the fuck does a 10-year-old care about a Mercedes? It's just as crazy as, I don't know why a fucking 2-year-old needs a pair of Jordans. Why? No, you want that kid in Jordans, stupid. You can't pay your rent. Why does he need Jordans? You can't pay your rent or your phone bill. Why is the first 3 steps of your house broke up? You gotta be kidding me. Don't tell me what your priorities are. Show me where you spend your money and I'll tell you what your priorities are. This woman really showed her ass in a family picture. This woman on the right really showed up with her ass hanging out at her child's kindergarten graduation. These women are really pranking their children, male children, with a sex toy. Let it sink in, man. Dapper Don, salute. No time no see, man. Salute to you, good brother. He says, I'm a millennial. That's part of the 56% of black men in America that is single and childless. Haven't been on one date in 8+ years, Drew. These hyenas are terrible. Got my passport and focus on my peace. Brother, good luck to you. Great luck to you. Proud of you, man. And stay focused. You see what's going on out here. Yeah. Salute to you, good brother. Much love, man. Samson, I agree 100%. There's no defending this, bro. This is disgusting. Fucking Rose prank. I don't know. This is all over TikTok and people are mad with it, man. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. But to make it simple, just reverse the roles. Imagine a man with his fleshlight and his baby girl in the car. Yo, I'm gonna plug this up. She's like, yo, what the fuck? Even if she ignored it, they'd be like, yo, man, call child protection services on this guy. Who is this guy? Why does he have this? And why is he showing this to his daughter? Go save that girl. Y'all remember I did the show, Nobody Cares About Us Boys? No one cares? No one cares about us? Y'all remember I did that show? Nobody cares? Nobody cares about the boys. Nobody. Y'all remember I told the story? Yeah, main biker, bro. It's funny you mentioned that. Remember I told the story? I was I was with this shorty and she had a son that was coming into his own, and she told me the story one day how she saw him with this girl that lives around the way, but she be around a lot of guys, and she wanted to make sure that she not a smut like that or whatever. And she asked him, yo, this is how she said to me, are you ucking? I said, you asked him like that? She said, yeah, please. I keep it honest with my son. Are you ucking? He was like, oh, mom, come on now, chill. Oh, no, I need to know if you ucking. And he was coming out the shower. She said, yo, let me see what you're working with. You know how to use that thing. And I'm listening to her like, I looked at her like, I'm waiting for her to say, oh, no, I was just fucking around. No, that never happened. I'm looking at her like, wait a minute. Did she just say he's coming out the shower and he was trying to get all dressed to go meet her? And she asked him, is he smashing? He said, oh, mom, come on. I'm not, he don't feel comfortable talking to his mother about that. Did she just say that she asked him to remove his towel so she could see what he's working with and find out what kind of condoms he need to buy? And I was like, oh, y'all do know Here's the thing. I went over there for her. And he was going out, and then he was going to stay at his friend's house. So I went over there. I said, well, I'm up. I'm about to go knock that down. When she told me that story, you know, all of that left my body, right? I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. No. Nope. And I sat there, and I went into the bathroom, and I just sat there with my arms folded, leaned on her sink for about 5 minutes. I came out, I said, I got to go, man. My stomach hurt. She's like, what? I was like, my stomach hurt. It hurt bad. I think I'm going to throw up. Let me go home. I'll be back tomorrow. She's like, all right, you'll get home safe. I was like, all right. I left. Turned me right off. Oh, Dapper Dons, I did a whole show about these teachers smashing these boys. I did a whole show about that, brother. Yes, these women are creeps out here. These women are creeps. And this is the latest thing that they're doing. Now, I'll be damned. These chicks are doing rose pranks, sex toy pranks. Another chick I worked with, she was telling me about her sons. She got a lot of boys. And the oldest one, you know, she's like, you know, he just likes to just hang around the house and just keep to himself. You know, I told him, no, you're old enough now to go out and just do things, right? And she was telling me that he was like, yeah, you know, Mom, I'm just not into like being out and, you know, just going out. She said, well, you know, you ever been to a strip club where you don't want to go, man? Yeah, I'll go with you. And I'm like, what the fuck? He has a father. Tell him to take him there because she's trying to figure out, you know, what's he on? Well, how about this? Just talk to him. Why would you? You know what, man? I wanted to get the car up to 90 and just kick her out. I said, you really said that? She's like, yeah, like there was nothing wrong with what she said. Man. Shorties are creeps, man. Y'all really don't understand how disgusting this shit is. The most annoying people on this planet are flat earthers, racists, and modern women. I wish gravity didn't apply to flat earthers and they would just fly up into the atmosphere and disappear. And while they're at it, take the modern women with you and the racists. Because this is disgusting. Y'all really, these women need to be investigated doing this shit to their sons. I'm dead serious. Because if you reverse the roles, we would never hear the end of it. Cynthia G would be on here talking about bullet bags and men are creeps and all of these women, these feminists. It'd be all over TV. I don't know what bitch thought this was funny, but I bet you she's sexually attracted to her son. Creep ass, man. I ain't gonna belabor the point, man. I'm gonna get out of here. Man, salute to y'all, man. Salute to everybody in the Venmos, the Cash App, the Super Chat, man. Go subscribe to my Patreon.
I appreciate the support. For more unedited content, follow me on Patreon, Drew Titan, LLC.
Yep. I don't know what I did. I just hit my keyboard. Oh, okay. Man, salute to y'all. Venmo, Cell, Cash App. I'll be talking this boxing this morning. Got a lot to discuss, man. Take it gently.
The Painful Excellence Podcast.